We first make our way into downward facing dog. This is a great stretch for the posterior chain, which is the back of the body. We stay here taking a few deep breaths before we make our way to our next posture. On your last in-breath, we then walk our hands to our feet as we take a ragdoll forward fold. Option to keep your hands on the floor or hold on to opposite elbows with each hand. Feet are hip width apart and allow the head to hang. Sway from side to side as you enjoy this posterior stretch. Make your way to tabletop position, knees on the hips and wrists on the shoulders as we take a few cat-cows. Inhale as you arch the back and exhale as you round the spine. This helps to bring flexibility to the spine, stretching the back, torso and neck. We take this for 2 more rounds. On your last out breath, we make our way to child's pose. From tabletop position, open the knees to the opposite side of the mat, sending hips back to rest the torso between the thighs and rest your forehead on the floor. Take deep breaths. Child's pose also stretches the spine, hips and ankles. Calms and increases blood circulation to the head, reducing anxiety and fatigue. On your next in-breath, stay as low as you can as you walk your hands to the right to further stretch the left side body. That is the hip, lower back, obliques, and shoulders. On your inhale, stay low and walk your hands to the left to further stretch the right side body. Continue taking deep breaths. Now slowly and gently make your way to center as we rest here taking deep breaths before we make our way to our next posture. On your next in-breath, we make our way to tabletop position as we set up for yogi squats. Feet are flat and at opposite sides of the mat. Squat down, sending torso between the thighs and use your elbows to push the knees away. This pose strengthens the feet, ankles and legs. It also creates space in the lumbar spine and spinal column. Also opens and strengthens the hips and groin. On your last in-breath, send glutes onto the mat. Coming down onto the back, we make our way for happy baby pose. Lift both legs and hold onto each foot, bending the knee at both sides of the body. This pose strengthens and stretches the inner thigh, hamstrings, groin, hip, and back, resulting in more flexibility and mobility. Gently release both feet as we make our way into laying spinal twist. With left leg straight, bring the right knee into the chest, then twist the right knee to the left with the right hand away from the body and left hand resting at the top of that right knee. This pose is a great heart opener. This stretches the glutes, chest, and obliques. It can also improve digestion and spinal mobility. Fully relax into this pose by taking deep breaths before we proceed to do this posture on the opposite side. We exit this pose by bringing the right knee back to center and holding both knees into our chest. Keeping a hold of the left knee, we send the right leg straight onto the mat as we twist our left knee to the right with our left hand away from the body. On your in-breath, we release by taking that left knee back to center and gently pull both knees into your chest, taking a few little rocks side to side. Gently exit this pose as we make our way to our final posture, a seated wide leg side bend. As you make your way to a wide-legged seated pose, take the right hand and send it up and overhead. This sensational pose is great for tight muscles that run along the sides of the body, stretching the shoulders and the muscles of the lower back and quadriceps. Relax into this pose and continue taking deep, mindful breaths. On your next in-breath, gently come out of this pose as we come back to center, making our way to the opposite side, taking the left hand up and overhead. Slowly make your way back to center and then take a easy cross-legged position as we close this class, bringing both hands up and overhead, joining the palms together and bringing it to your heart center. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.